Righty-ho, my crafty friends. This is Lori at the Ladybug Journals, and I'm so glad that you joined me today here in my craft room. I have something that I've been wanting to show you, and I figured today is the day, my friends. Today is the day. I'm always talking about how I love to decoupage in my journals, and I love to use napkins. Napkins are my favorite. When I want to decoupage, napkins are my favorite. It's like an instant ta-da, on your page. So I have two of my favorite that, when I took them out, the backing was off. And if you don't know how to, get down to the bare essentials of your napkin, drop me a comment and I'll put a quick short on the page showing you how to get it off. But these are the two that we're going to do today. And this one we're going to make a pocket with. Whoops. And it's just a little bird sitting on a fence. And this one's going to be the entire page. Now, of course, that's too big for the journal and one page. So we just have to pick out, where we want it to be. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the page one on a book page, and then we're going to insert it into the journal. And then this one we're going to do on something else. Now, I also want to, I'm thinking if this fits, I have these index cards, and these are, I think they're 4x6. Yeah, these are 4x6 index cards. And, well, he doesn't fit too well. He doesn't fit as well as I thought he did. So, I have these book pages, from a book that I took apart. And they're not my favorite color because they're a little too white. And I thought they were a little darker. So, let me see here. I also have these background pages. Maybe I'll like these better because, these are just by Park Lane. And it's called Maps, Texts, and Ledgers. And I might like that a little bit better than this white background. So let's see what we like better here. So here's the bird on a white background. Now we can always ink it, if we want. There he is kind of on the white. And I don't want the ledger because I think, well, I say that. No, he just he doesn't really pop. I wanted the text, and I think it's more toward the back. Oh, there it is. This one. This is the one I was thinking. And see, it's a little too small. There's one I was thinking that had... Now, where is it? Where is it? That one is the one I was thinking. I like it, but it kind of disappears. All right, let's see that one. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, I think this one. It's just a collage of old newspaper pieces. And in case you're wondering, yes, you can. Okay, get off of there. Yes, you can decoupage on paper like this. Now I'm going to move that one over because we're going to do this one first because it's going to have to dry, before we do anything with it. So let me get my page here that we're going to do it on. And I'm just using my cereal bag. I take it out and prep it. And by prepping, I mean I unfold them and then I wash them, with a little bit of dish soap, and then I just hang them up to dry. Okay, so to do this, since this is a just a piece of, it's just a little bit thicker than your copy paper type paper. It will hold up. Now, I can't soak it in water because then it won't hold up. So I just need to decide where I want the bird what part of the paper, but it will hold up to a little bit of this gel, soft gel acrylic matte medium that I'm going to use. And for when I I think right there. And when I put this down, let me put that right there. Actually, I'm going to put it over here. So I just use a soft brush, and this is just a square. It's just a square brush. But I want it to be soft so that it doesn't tear. Now, let me see how much space did he take out. He took out about to the middle of there. Okay. I always start at the top, and I come down, and, just make sure you have plenty on the page, because we have to let this dry, and you'll notice it gets a little, wiggly on you. That's okay, because you can, after it gets to a certain drying area, you can put it under some books, you can put it under anything heavy to flatten it out. And then we can ink it up, if that's what you do. Now, some creators, they don't like the ink. And that's fine. If you don't like inking, don't ink. I don't want you to do anything that you don't like. And if you don't like wrinkles in it, don't wrinkle. Okay. So I'm going to take this right back over the top. And this is, no different than any other napkin decoupage that you've probably seen 100 times. But it just makes a pretty pocket. Okay. Now, it's not attached down here, and I know that. But I need to get this attached up here before I lift this up. Okay, so now I can lift this up to where there's no glue. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to add my glue. Okay? And don't touch your fingers on your napkin. That's about the best tip I can give you, is don't touch your napkin while it's wet, because it will stick to your fingers. And then you'll tear everything. Okay. And go in one direction. Okay. So now that that's on there, that's all I'm going to do on there. Okay. I have to let this dry a little bit before I can do anything else. And since I have a little bit on there, I'm going to take it off, set it to the side, and I'm going to take my paper towel, and I'm going to wipe the glue off of here, because I want my bird to dry on this page so that it's not getting my countertop all sticky. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on here. And this is probably going to be a 2-part video, because this has to dry. And I'm going to put this behind us. Okay, now we're going to deal with the other one. Now, this part's bigger, of course. So now we need to decide, what do we want in our book? Well, we can pretty much choose any section, because it'll fit on this book page. So, I also have here in front of me some book pages that I've inked. Let me get a hold of them. Nope, they're just not cooperating with me. So we have that one. And then I have these that, have been inked on previously. And, they're not the prettiest inking, but underneath this, it's just going to show color. See? Can you see the colors right here? It's just going to show color. It's not going to show what I used it for. It's just going to show color. That's all it's showing, is the color. Now, I thought I had... Okay, that's it. Must be the only one that I've put out here. Okay, so this is the one I wanted to put this piece on, was this. Now, what I don't want is this raggedy edge. okay? Because it will tear this right here. Can you see this? Where it came out of the book? It will tear the napkin. So I need to, oh, I have something stuck to my scissors. Does that surprise you? It will tear the napkin. So I need to cut this off. Now, normally, I don't care about that. But because I'm putting something on it, I need to make sure that this is off. And it doesn't matter if it's straight. I just need this little raggedy edge off. So that can go in the trash. Okay, so now I need to decide what part I want. Now, I really like this bumblebee. That's my favorite part of this whole thing, is the bumblebee. And we can always make this a flip on our page. You know, if I make it too big, we can make it a flip out. So I'm thinking that's what we might end up doing. So I want to include the dandelion and I want to include the bumblebee. So I think I'm going to just cut it at that fold where it was folded. I'm just going to cut it right. I'm just going to start it right there. And then I'm going to just tear. Now, if this gets raggedy, that's okay. I don't mind that. And I'm just going to use my finger to break it through. Here we go. Just like that. And the reason I slit it with my scissors was that told this where to stop and not to go across here and go, you know, little wumpa-doodle. Now, I want the bumblebee where this gold color is. So I'm going to situate it up here. Now, most likely this is oxide because I use a lot of oxide. So if I get it wet, it's going to spread. So I have to be aware of that. Now, I could stamp on this more. I could stamp back here more if I wanted. I could do anything I chose back here. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to make the edge of this ruffled. Or not ruffled, rough. So I am going to, and normally I have water back here to make this easier. But I forgot to get it. So I'm just going to take my fingers, and let me show you what I'm doing. I'm taking my fingers, and I'm just pulling at the bottom, just a little bit at the bottom, just to give me a rough edge. I don't want a perfectly straight edge on this. I just don't want that. I want something that looks, it looks like it's been grown in my garden. It's rough and I'm going to make it dirty. There, that's better. Now, my edge that's going to flip, I do need straight. I can't make that rough because I'm going to need that straight. Then my flip is going to be over here. Okay. All right. So let's get started. And I need to stop right over there. Okay. So I'm going to start up here at the top, right under this sentence. And I'm going to take it all the way across. And you'll notice I'm doing this kind of heavy. Whoops. You'll also notice I didn't put our page underneath it, did I? Yikes. Let me get a hold of it here. I would have had a mess. I would have just had a mess on this desk. So let's put this up underneath it. Good thing I heard you all yelling at me. Let's get that off of here. Good thing I heard you. All right. All right, let's bring this down. Okay, so I'm going to start up here at the top. right under that word, dried stems. Or I guess the words. Oops, that's not where I wanted it. Because I wanted the bumblebee in that particular color. Let me add a little bit more here. So the bumblebee ends up where I want him. Okay. Okay, the bumblebee's supposed to be going right in there. And I don't mind if this wrinkles a little bit. It does not faze me at all. There, and you'll see some of these colors are coming through. And that's okay. I kind of like them. Remember I told you it was oxide? Well, it was activated when I put the wet on there. All right, so we're going to drag this up. Now let me turn this sideways so I can get a hold of it better. Now you can do this with printed tissue paper. I have done that many, many times. I love to make tags with printed tissue paper. And I layer the printed tissue paper, multiple layers. Now you'll see all my bubbles that I've made here. Don't pop them. Just let them lay down. They'll lay down. They'll lay down. And don't touch them with your fingers. They're there because I picked my napkin up. And I put bubbles under it. Okay, let me make sure my edge is down here. Okay, you see I'm just tapping them down. I want to make sure that they're staying in the glue. You just tap, 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 but you don't. See, I got it really wet. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to tear it. Like I did over here. Let me show you where I tore it. I tore it a little bit right here. Because I tapped it too hard. So I'm just going to let the rest of these bubbles settle down on their own. There we go. And then after it dries, see, the whole thing's bubbling now. Because, because I can't leave it alone. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone now. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, I'm leaving it alone, you guys. I'm leaving it alone. Let me put the lid back on this. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to put this one aside too. And I'm going to show you the page. Now, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to cut this out. And after it's completely dry, I'll make part 2. In part 2, and I'm going to show you the page that we're going to put this on. I think we're going to put it up here in the first signature because I was looking through the signatures. And signature 2 back here, you know, we've been putting a lot in 2. Signature 3 is getting a little bulky, but signature 1 we've kind of ignored. So I'm thinking I'm going to put it right in here. And I want to put it on this side so I can flip it over here. So after it's dry, and I'm going to put this right here so I remember. After it's dry, we're going to put a hinge on the end, and then it'll flip open like this, okay? And it'll flip like that off of the page. If I made it big enough, we can do that. So we're going to put this one behind us too, so that it can dry. Oops, I don't want to put it on top of that one. Okay. There we go. All right. So I'm so glad you guys came to play with me today in our craft room. And as soon as those are dry, we'll do part 2. And if they dry rather quickly, I'll have them posted for the same day. And that way you can see them. And I'm so glad that you came. And if you had fun today, please like and share our video. Thank you to all the subscribers that have put nice and friendly comments and thumbs up and hearts and all the previous videos. You guys just warm my hearts when you do that. I just really, really enjoy that. And let me show you what we've done today. Let me show you our little bird, how she's coming along. She's drying rather well. See? No bubbles. She looks really nice. Let's see how, see, I don't want to touch her. Oh gosh, she's almost dry. So let's go on and trim her out here. You guys just warm my heart, and you humble me with your kindness. All right, now we've got a good scrap to play with. So this is still a little damp, so we're going to have to let it finish drying, of course. So if you haven't subscribed and you're not getting a notification of all the fun videos that we're putting out, you know how to do that. You know where the bell is, and you can like and subscribe to any of the videos. And there's all kinds of videos down in the playlist. You know where it is. It's right down there below me. You know what to do. You can also give me a thumbs up, and you can say, hey, Lori, that was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. And I would appreciate that very much. So don't forget, by the end of the month, which is just next week, I think, we need 600 subscribers, or that's my goal. And we're almost there. We are almost there. I think I need like 20 subscribers. So if you all could share these videos and get them out to your friends, I would just thoroughly be grateful to you for that. So until I see you again in part 2 of our video, ta-ta for now.